What is the better weapon to use in 1.20.2 PvP, the axe or the sword? In today's video, I'll be explaining the benefits and weaknesses of the axe and the sword. Stick around to the end to know when to use each weapon. Now, enjoy the video. Let's start with the axe. There's 5 types: wood, stone, iron, diamond, and netherite. The wooden axe does 7 damage. The stone axe, iron axe, and diamond axe all do 9. And then the netherite axe does 10 damage. The thing that separates them all is attack speed. The wooden axe and stone axe both have 0.8 attack speed. The iron axe has 0.9. The diamond axe has 1 attack speed, and so does the netherite axe. So, why are they all so high in damage? Because even though their counterparts have a lot less damage, they have a much higher attack speed. So, the wooden axe has the same damage as a diamond sword, but the diamond sword has double the attack speed at 1.6, meaning even though you're hitting as hard, you're not hitting as fast. Now, let's get into the sword. I'd say the sword is the exact opposite of the axe, because while the axe increases very little in attack, with most of the axes being the same damage, of most of them at 9, and increasing in attack speed by 0.1, the swords stay at 1.6 attack speed, but increase by 1 damage every sword. So your wooden sword's doing 4 damage, and your netherite sword is doing 8. So on to the final part, where I will tell you when to use your axe, when to use your sword, and tell you a few items I'd advise using along with those just to benefit the axe or the sword, depending upon which you use, and a server that I'd advise you practicing on, as it's the one I use. In conclusion, you should be using an axe if you're in iron armor or below. If you're in diamond armor with basic prot 1 or unenchanted, I'd say you could use really either, whichever you're better at. And if you're in full enchanted diamond, like prot 3 or prot 4, or you've got netherite armor, then you should be using your sword. Obviously, you can still use the other one if you want to. I'd advise getting good at both, because if your opponent's not good at axe PvP, or they're not good at sword PvP, then you'll need to be able to match them, or at least handle whatever they use. So, now let's finally get into the last tips I've got for you. I've just got 3 items that I'd advise you use. The first one for an axe is the shield, so that you can block their hits and then get huge hits in as well. Then, I'd take a cobweb. This one's good for both, but especially good if you're using the sword, because you can get a lot more hits in on them while they're trapped. But it's also good for the axe as well, because you can get lots of crits easily, and it does big damage. And lastly, if you're far enough in a game, a totem, because for sword PvP, there's not much to hold in your offhand, whereas in axe you should be holding the shield. But having a totem's good for either, because if you're low enough, having it in your offhand or in your inventory for axe, then when you're about to die, switch to that, put it in your offhand or in your normal hand, and you won't die. And finally, the server that I'd advise you playing on to practice is called PvP Legacy. They've got a bunch of awesome kits, and you can make your own custom kit, like I have, as you can see on screen this entire time. That's what I've been playing, is PvP Legacy. I've got multiple kits on it, and it's just really good for practicing. So if you're looking to get better, I'd advise playing on that. And if you want to make your own custom kit to practice that, then go right ahead. And if you've watched this far, comment W's down below, like and subscribe, turn notifications so you'll be able to see the next time I upload. And See you all later.